This video is going to be absolutely all over the place because I could not possibly organize all my thoughts on what I saw, and we'll have answers next month, right? So nothing I say here is going to age well. Oh my god. When was the last time I felt like this? Probably when Doubling Down came out in 2017. Oh, look, that's when I started my comic. I haven't thought about that in a while. The episode Doubling Down is what triggered the existence of this comic, because the Kyman pairing went on horrifically long and slowly killed my soul. Like a fresh idea in theory that somehow went on for 2 South Park seasons and therefore 2 years of my life. And the only thing that saved me was...
I think we're all going out with Cartman right now.
And, so, you know, after that, the last thing I would ever want to see, the last thing Kyle would ever want to see, and really the last thing any of us at all would want to fucking see again is Cartman date another... Oh, god damn it! I'm okay. I'm okay right now. I'm great because I was sleeping. I was in Kyman hibernation, and now you've woken me up. I was minding my own business over here shipping Bakudeku and the My Hero Academia fandom, but those boys are too hard for me to draw. I watched the Helen Keller musical episode with my boyfriend, and then I go on Twitter and see that the new movie is trending, and I'm like, oh, did a trailer drop? Because I'm so far behind I did not even realize it's out already. So I put on post-COVID immediately, and I'm starting to feel, as I'm watching the first 10 to 20 minutes, this rush of nostalgia. Not for South Park, no. For South Park fan fiction. Because what I am watching right now is a fucking fan fiction. It's hitting all the beats. Alcoholic Stan who left South Park failing at heterosexuality. Kyle, also somehow single in his late 40s, very probably totally gay, never left South Park. Reuniting for the first time since childhood. Seeing all those familiar faces again in South Park. All those fantastical, unbelievable adventures with Jesus and Santa. Just childish games from the past. I have read this style fan fiction multiple times. I never thought we'd see canon concepts of what they'd be like aged up because that's such fanon domain. The idea of what they'll turn into when they're grown up, what ways they grow, what ways they stay the same, which friendships survive, who gets married, who doesn't, what jobs they get. That's all the kind of stuff that we never thought we'd get any answers to, except sorta Cartman and Future Self and me. And not only are we getting canon answers to all these questions, but we get a better idea of what these boys look like. Canon nose shapes is huge to me, because all we had to go off of was like this drawing of them. Surprise, surprise, Kyle and Stan really just look like Matt and Trey, but seeing Tweek and Craig still going solid together in their 40s looking positively unattractive is everything I've ever wanted. God, it makes me so happy. I think everything going on with Stan and Kyle feels pretty spot on. Now, Kenny is so much better than anything that Fanon ever did with him or did to him. I love millionaire philanthropist scientist Kenny. I always feel like between Princess Kenny and Mysterion that Kenny is really a blank slate that Matt and Trey do whatever they want with, because his characterization is absolutely inconsistent, which I'm fine with. Anyway, I just want good things for him. I love his future. I know he's dead, but I'm sure he'll be fine. This will come as no surprise to you, but I have very mixed feelings about what's going on with Cartman. He's... like, where do I start here? The Jewish thing seems right to me. I mean, last we heard he was Jewish, right? I mean, this is hard for me to remember, but I think he converted to Judaism for a second time in Mexican Joker. And then it's mentioned that he's still Jewish in Shots. So it makes sense if he's still Jewish. That's fine. That's great. What I want to know about is this wife and kids situation. Are they real? Are they upgraded Alexas? I don't know what's going on here, but God, it has to be fake. He has to be fucking with Kyle because I can't cope with this situation. If he's not fucking with Kyle, clearly neither can Kyle, and he's always fucking with Kyle. So obviously I absolutely hate the idea of Cartman being hetero married with kids, but I absolutely love how Kyle can't stand it and makes it about him. Even when it's not anything about her being Jewish, Cartman's just being overly PDA with her in front of him, and Kyle's like, stop it, Cartman, you know what you're doing. What, Kyle? What is he doing? What problem do you have here? Please, Kyle, share with the class. I'm sorry, but how do I interpret what's happening here as anything other than Kyle being jealous? Even with Heidi, which was a real relationship, at least at first, Cartman was still trying to make Kyle jealous. He literally accused him of being jealous of Heidi.
You're threatened by her because she actually has interesting things to say and she's funnier than you. That's not true at all.
Why are you having noisy alleged sex with your Jewish wife where you know Kyle can hear? And Kyle, why of all examples of Cartman being an evil person to convince Yentl to leave him, did you choose the one that makes it sound like you two had sex? I'm all over the place right now. So much of this was like everything I want and everything I hate at the same time. I'd much rather see Kyle thrive and Cartman be jealous. If we can get some of that in the next one, although I don't think we will, that would really just make this so great for me, thanks. What makes this especially feel like Cartman is just trying to fuck with Kyle. How Kyle is like, you're fucking with me. And Cartman is like, classic Kyle, you're the same as you've always been, instead of just being super understanding of how of course it looks that way because he totally did fuck with him all the time. Like he's not admitting to that enough or apologizing for that. He's like, oh Kyle, still stuck on the past, aren't you? Which is the exact bullshit response that would piss Kyle off the most, and Cartman knows it. Like, if he'd really changed, he wouldn't be gaslighting the shit out of him right now. Kyle's like, Yentl, if you're gonna be with this man, you need to know what kind of evil he was capable of in the past. And Cartman's like, how dare you yell at my wife? And then proceeds to continue having loud sex with her, which brings us to another thing. I am suspicious of the fact that we don't actually see them having sex. We just see them coming out of their room half dressed. Like, I feel like if they really wanted me to feel the awful shock factor, then they totally would have showed that disgusting lovemaking that I do not want to see. Because that's South Park's exact sense of humor. So I think they're really trying to make us wonder if they were really having sex or not by not showing it. Something fishy has to be going on here, right? Right? Please? The thing is, what appeals to me about Kyman is that they are so young little baby 9 or 10-year-olds, and there's so much possibility and room for Cartman to grow up and change as a person, and so much room for his dynamic with Kyle to change. Like, that's what fandom is all about. It's what fan fiction is all about. That's what my comic is about. You can do whatever you want with them by exploring what they're like when they are older. And now here we are with what Cartman and Kyle are like when they are older. I mean, we really don't have an answer on Cartman's end until the next movie comes out, but it's like we are treading dangerous waters here because the appeal of Kyman to me is the possibilities, and now we are getting a canon answer, and it feels so weird and so fascinating and also completely unwanted, but also go on, tell me more. But also, I think the point here is going to be that this will not stay the future, right? Obviously, we've got a time travel plot going on here, and the past is going to change, and this is not the future. This is a possible future if things went wrong, right? Which is what's keeping me, like, okay with this. Stan and Kyle plan on going back in time and fixing it. Also, excuse me, Kyle says here, we should have doubled down on our respect and our love for one another. And he's talking to both Cartman and Stan, so I know he's not talking romantically here, but damn, it's pretty huge that we just got confirmation that Kyle loves Cartman. He certainly also hates him, but he loves him. So the one thing making me feel like Cartman's family can't be fake is because he doesn't want to help Stan and Kyle change the past, which I don't have a good reason for right now other than that he's afraid of losing his happy family. I read that the next one is coming out next month, so we just have to wait and see. This episode just felt like such a win for Creek and Style and Kyman and Bunny, so I feel great, personally. I'm also miserable. Thank you.